Happy Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know if it's Saturday morning when you're watching this, but it is Saturday morning while I record it. Today, we are going to look at this Leupold DeltaPoint Pro. Now, these have been out for several years, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of reviews on YouTube already. When I got this a couple months ago, about 6-7 months ago, I've been shooting it. I didn't have the intention to do a review on it, but I've been shooting it for a while. I've grown to like it, so I figured I might as well give my 2 cents on this dot. Before we get started, of course, I need to do my quick disclosure. Yes, I work in the firearms industry, but no, this will not have any effect on this video in any way, shape, or form. Do not have any connection to Leupold in really any way, shape, or form. I've met 1 or 2 of them quickly at trade shows. I've actually posted hundreds of pictures of this dot, and I don't think they have liked any of my posts. I purchased this red dot with the money I make from the YouTube advertising and the funds I get from my Patreon supporters. So let me quickly thank my Patreon supporters. Let me also thank my 3 channel sponsors, USCCA, Dangerous But Good Clothing, and the Blackout Coffee Company. Oh, coffee. All right, this red dot is available in black or in FDE. It is available with or without IR if you are part of the night vision gang. I used to be available in a 7.5 MOA triangle, but I believe that has been discontinued because I don't see it anywhere. And the one I have here is a very nice 2.5 MOA circle. Now, one of the biggest advantages of this particular red dot sight is the huge field of view and the huge window. It is very, very easy to pick up that dot. Because it's so big, the window is just enormous. You know, this is a Holosun 507, and it's a great red dot. I've been carrying it for a year, no complaints, actually over a year. No complaints at all. It's very good, but the window is an average size window, you know, not that different from an RMR. This field of view is huge, kind of like a Trijicon SRO, and it's just very, very easy to pick up that red dot. Now, one of the bigger cons of this optic is going to be controlling the brightness settings. There's one button here in the center that you push to go up in brightness or down. And once you go all the way down or all the way to the top, it reverses and goes in the opposite direction. If you notice you're heading the wrong way, you can hold that button for 2 seconds and it will flip the direction that you're heading. A lot of the other optics like this Holosun or RMRs, they have one button for brighter and one to make it more dim, which is nice because if you're carrying it and you want to adjust the brightness for the environment you're in, it's much easier to do so. Another thing to keep in mind with this button is when you're making those adjustments, the button actually blocks the screen. So if you want to turn it off, which you hold the button for 4 or 5 seconds to turn it off, or to make that brightness adjustment, you actually can't see what you're doing because your finger is blocking the screen. Now, I know that's not the end of the world. It's just a minor inconvenience, and I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of it. Talking about the battery compartment up here, there's a con and then there's a couple pros. The con is going to be the battery life. Definitely doesn't have as long of a battery life as some of the competitors. Now, I've read so many different things and so many different numbers. I'm not comfortable quoting specific time frames to you guys. It was just a really wide variety of answers out there. I will say if you're going to consider carrying this EDC every day, I'd probably be prepared to change the battery every 3 months or so just to be safe. Now, if you're like me and it's on a gun that you do not carry every day, this is kind of a weekend range gun and the occasional tactical games I go to get a gun, I'm going to probably change the battery once a year unless it dies sooner. I've had in this battery in here for 6-7 months and it's been good. Couple pros about the battery is it's a top loading battery compartment, so you pull a lever, battery comes out, you don't need to take the optic off of the gun like you do the RMR, so that's a huge advantage. You don't have to worry about re-zeroing it. Another con is it does take a CR2032, which a lot of my other devices take, and it's very, very easy to get those batteries. One thing that will help the battery life is the motion shake technology, or whatever Leupold wants to call it. After about 5 minutes or so, the dot's going to turn off if it's sitting in the safe or in your range bag, and the slightest movement, and I mean slightest movement of any kind, will kick that dot back on and it will be ready to go for you. Now, the rest of the features, I'm just going to read rapid fire because they are smaller features in my opinion. The body is aluminum. Housing that goes around it is steel, which is good because the previous version didn't have that and they had some durability issues. Your windage and elevation adjustments are 1 MOA adjustment per click, and you definitely tactile, you can definitely feel them. There's a spot here in the rear to add in dovetail a rear sight, which is great because I lose the rear sight on this particular firearm when I add the optic. It is waterproof. It weighs less than 2 ounces. It has a lifetime warranty, which is great. It is made in America, which is also great. Now, as far as street price, it's going to be very hard to talk about right now because in 2020, 2021 here, everything is just crazy. Usually you see these for around 400-ish, 450-ish. If you go with the FDE or the IR version, it will cost a little bit more, but you're around that 400, 450-ish. Finally, let's talk about pros, cons, and then I have a question for you ladies and gentlemen. The biggest pro for me is going to be that huge field of view. That window is enormous, high definition, very, very clear glass, very, very easy to pick up that dot. The top load battery compartment that allows you to change the battery out without having to take it off of the pistol is fantastic. Dovetail spot to add back a rear sight I love because I don't have one on this particular firearm. It is made in America and it has a lifetime warranty. Now as cons, I really only have one. That's going to be the the brightness adjustments. You don't have one up and one down. You have to go all the way down, back around, all the way back up. I don't think it's a huge deal, not the end of the world, but it is an annoyance, no doubt. Now this is the question, and I'm not going to put this as a con because I truly don't know, but what do you guys think as far as durability of the DeltaPoint Pro? I know the previous ones had issues, but these seem significantly better. Most people are going to say the RMR is king. They make the most durable RDS out there. And I have been carrying this Holosun for a little over a year. I have a lot of rounds through it. It's been good. This has probably close to 2,000 rounds on it, and it has also been excellent. So the question is, how do you rank all of these pistol red dots? Are you comfortable carrying any of them? Which ones would you carry? Which ones wouldn't you carry? I'd like to know your opinion. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think, and I promise not to make fun of you too bad. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching my video. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you are looking to support the channel, there are many, many ways to do so, but the best way is to support me on Patreon. If you are not willing and able to support me on Patreon, no big deal. Just keep the likes and the comments coming because they truly, truly help me out. I did mention it in the beginning of the video, but we have 3 channel sponsors. USCCA will help you out with self-defense education, self-defense training, and self-defense insurance. Dangerous But Good has a lot of really, really good pro-gun and pro-Christian clothing. And then last but not least is Blackout Coffee to keep your caffeine levels where they should be. If you would like to know what videos I have coming out in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel and enabling the bell notification. This way, YouTube will hopefully let you know when I come out with a new video. If you want to know what those videos are in real time, what I am working on right now, consider following me on Instagram, Facebook, and or Parler. The link to all 3 are down in the video description. One more time, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace. So I've had several comments lately, people asking me, what is that snoring I hear in the background? This is Roscoe, he's my 4-year-old English Bulldog, and this is the snoring you hear all the time.